Hey, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa. Thanks for checking out the channel. I'm going to start with the Ethereal Visions Tarot to get some overall energies. And yeah, I'm just going to get some different perspectives from a couple different decks. There's been a lot of energy coming through the last, so I've been doing for more readings. But I am starting to go back to work, so I'm just sort of I'm just gonna be doing readings basically when I feel compelled. So if you're new to the channel, the readings are arranged not according to date or zodiac sign, but according to storyline. Link related readings up here within the reading, and I also have some playlists down below that you can check out if you like. I am not aspiring to be a tarot reader. I love the tarot. I'm a vegan cheesemaker, and I'm aspiring actually to go back to work. So, thus the less consistent readings. But I still love the tarot, and I'm still gonna do it, just not maybe as much. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, climax, we have the world. So this is the end of one era and the beginning of a new era, which is interesting because the readings that have been leading up to this have been very all about this huge transformative event that was underway. And yeah, so we've got Justice, the Emperor, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Empress. So just right off the bat, it's interesting that we have the Emperor and the Empress. So this is a matched divine pair of the highest order. I mean, this is like a foundation for an empire. And but what's interesting is they're separated by these two cards, the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. And so what this tells me is that, I mean, this is at its heart deception. So this could be someone not being honest with themselves or the people around them about maybe what their feelings are. So it's interesting that that's separating this divine matched pair. And then we also have the Six of Pentacles. So this is kind of about bringing things into balance, a balance of giving and receiving. So almost like something's out of whack, and there's a deception that's at the root of the separation of this matched pair. And on the end, flanking this, we have Justice. So whatever this imbalance is coming back. Things are coming back into balance, and justice is being served. And so whatever this deception is, there might be light being shed on it. So I'm not sure if it's these two that are not being honest about their feelings, or maybe they've been deceived by other people and pulled into some other situations that are separating them. I'm not sure. We're going to keep going into the rest of the cards and see. But whatever is going on, things are about to change. So when I go to the, this is getting really interesting. So when I go to the Animal Spirit Oracle, I got Nightingale, I got the Bear, and I got the Scorpion. So this is really interesting because the Bear speaks of waking up after a period of hibernation. So maybe a period of just being checked out, or being off the grid, or being asleep at the wheel, or just being asleep, or but whatever this is, the bear is waking up, so maybe an awakening moment that's happening for this bear. But the bear, again, this is interesting because it's flanked by these two cards of speaking your truth, so the Nightingale is about being fearless and speaking what's in your heart, and like putting that truth out there, you know. And the nightingale's not like a super flashy bird, you know, but it's like kind of like humble pie, but like the nightingale's got something important to say, and it's time to say it. Like the card is speaking to the timing being right to speak truth to whatever is in your heart, you know. And then we have the scorpion. So the scorpion can sometimes be a loner and can be like kind of career focused, you know, like maybe this emperor. Someone who's just kind of maybe just been like focused on other things, but like there's some fire here. Like the scorpion's been festering on something that's not quite sitting right, and it's like basically what this card is saying is that it's time to come clean, and it's time to put the truth out there so that everyone can heal, you know. So whatever this deception is, it's causing pain for people, and things need to be brought to justice. So really interesting message, because this is speaking to a kind of a dramatic moment. So yeah, this is really speaking to like a climactic moment. And yeah, when I go to the mystical shaman oracle, this is really interesting. So at the bottom I get thunder. So this is a card of like a wake-up call, which is interesting because I feel like that message has been coming through, you know, like some light is going to be shed, or news is going to be like put out there, and it's going to shake things up, you know, like and what's interesting, so then I got the beloved. And, you know, I don't even use reversals in this deck, but when it just flopped out and turned upside down when it came out. So that's interesting. We got the beloved, and right after that we got fire. So these are like some really fiery, passionate cards. Like this is like really dramatic, you know. And then we got upper world, the blade, and we got spiral. So this is really interesting because to me what this says is there's some deep connection, you know, which we've already had some inkling about, that's either being blocked for whatever reason, like there's something that's blocking it. And it's interesting because I feel like the last reading I did was about like dominion, like someone being oppressed, or having their wings clipped. Like that was a message that came in the last reading. So perhaps this love is being blocked from coming to fruition. Or the other thing is there could be a love relationship that's maybe coming to an end or going through a profound transformation, because it comes right before the fire. So whether it's a relationship that's being blocked or a relationship that's coming to an end, whatever that is, it's about to change. Like there's a big transformation that's happening here, and it's being spiritually guided. You know, the upper world has gotten involved. So whatever this change is, it's meant to be. And then we have the blade. So like the truth is being told about this situation. And it's interesting because this truth card kind of correlates with the cycles of the moon, with the full moon being, so I don't know if that's the last full moon or the full moon coming up. Like I'll put a link to the last full moon to see if there's some omen, but some big shift is happening. And it's like the spiral speaks to like recurring cycles that happen to in your life. Like you might attract like a repeating pattern over and over again in your life. And this speaks to like finally coming into an awareness of why that is happening, so that you can like break the chain and finally like break out of that pattern, like a karmic loop, and like ascend to the next level of your life. So the light is being shown on whatever this is. And it's interesting because this falls right under the Scorpion. And it's causing like a profound transformation in a relationship. Or, you know, perhaps both things are happening. One relationship is ending and a relationship that's been blocked is coming online, you know, because it could be both of those things happening at once, because oftentimes that will happen, you know, when we're going from one era of life to the next. Circumstances change, and for whatever reason, whatever circumstance was like supporting this, I mean, it appears to be some sort of injustice, like it's being brought to light. Okay, so then when I go to the Urban Tarot, it gets even more interesting, because at the bottom we have defeat, which is the Five of Swords. So this speaks to like some sort of power struggle, and there being like winners and there being losers, you know, like not everyone's going to be happy with the outcome of whatever this dramatic climax is. You know, there's going to be people that are going to lose out. There's going to be people that are going to win, but it's time for the truth to be shown in whatever this situation is. So we have peace, which in the traditional deck, this is the Two of Swords, which is a card of stalemate and a card of blockage. You know, we're keeping the peace, but maybe whatever we're doing to keep the peace is like blocking some sort of love. I mean, it's blocking love from transpiring. But then we have the Princess of Cups, which is interesting because this has been coming up a lot recently, and I think I'm almost going to have to start a thread about all the readings that are making reference to Cinderella and that story of Cinderella, because this card reminds me of this a lot, where it's just sort of like, you know, the costume designer, but this reminds me of the birds coming together to make Cinderella's dress for the ball. And it's like she's in tangible reality having to actually physically make these dresses, but yet she's serving this dream, you know, at the same time. So it's just like, and it's interesting that it comes right under this bird, you know, like the truth is being told and there's some sort of transformation that's happening, you know. We're getting ready for the ball. And then we have the Hierophant, which is right under the upper world, you know. So this speaks as like some sort of like verdict that's kind of happening, like that's sparking like some sort of awakening, like we're coming to the end. So this, we have completion, which this shows like a graduation, or like people like graduating from this lesson, you know, that's been apparently holding back whatever this divine connection is, you know. And again, the truth is being shown so that we can finally graduate from whatever this is that we've been festering about. We're finally going to move forward. And then we, you know, we have the journalist. So like basically whatever it is that's been kept under wraps, that's been like under the radar, that's been holding back this extremely powerful, passionate, divine love connection, whatever it is, it's being brought to light. And now it's like public knowledge. So it's like, it can't be brushed under the rug anymore. Like, we can't ignore it. Like, it's out there. It's like the 24-hour news cycle has picked it up. Like, it's being broadcast. Like, everybody knows about it. And like, things are going to change. So it's just like, whoa, this is big. I'm going to go to the Oracle of Seven Energies to pick the final message, but it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because this is clearly a very dramatic story that's coming through, But it's beautiful because it looks like this love, whatever this love connection is, has been a long time coming. And whatever this sort of like dysfunctional situation or love connection, it's going away. Like, it's time for a new era. So we've got time machine and we've got sacred reference. So this is really interesting because, you know, this is kind of like this same message where we're like graduating from some sort of cycle that has been repeating. It's like the artwork's even almost the same, because we finally grasp the wisdom that is going to allow us to like ascend from whatever this situation is. Like, this is like a awakening on like on a grand scale, you know. And it's interesting that this is coming online with this Cinderella thread that's been like recurring. So this looks like a beautiful, like once in a lifetime love situation. And I'm excited to see how this unfolds. So it's a really beautiful message, and we'll check back soon.